Honey, good afternoon. Today is September the 15th, 2025, 1 p.m. Election Commission meeting. If I could have everybody stand, we'll do invocation real quickly. Alrighty. Kache Megwich, Kajemnado, Kina, Gegu, Gi Mijiyang, Minawa, Nagodin, Gi Gijiga, Gizis, Gi Benabid. Kache Megwich, Gi Mijiyang, Manda, Saba, Madzawin, Minawa, Nesawin. Widukwishanong, J Namiyang, Gwek, J Masiyang. Kache Megwich, Namesa Mesananik, Naguk Mesananik, Kenawabanong, Jawanong, Ipingishmuk, Minawa, Giwidnong, Nakea Ayayik. Asema Inga Bigadanana Enzo Gizigak Miigwech. So we're thanking you, Creator, for everything that you have given us. And once again, it's another day for the rising of the sun. Thank you for giving us this life and breath, and help us to pray so that we can walk a good path. Thank you to our grandfathers and our grandmothers. All of you in the eastern, southern, western, and northern directions, we thank you. You're all there. We put down our tobacco every day. Aho. We're going to take roll call, please. Letitia?
Luann?
Here.
Ernie?
Here.
Phil?
Here.
Michael?
Here.
Letitia here.
We have quorum, so we call to order at 1:03 p.m. We are going to motion to accept agenda as stated. Is there a motion? Motion by me,
Second.
second by Lou Ann. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Agenda is adopted as. Thank you. Everyone, please take a moment to look at last month's meeting minutes from August 18th. If it looks good, when ready, we'll take a motion to accept the minutes.
No motion to accept them.
Motion from Luann, is there a second?
Second.
Second by Ernie. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Minutes accepted.
I didn't turn mine on. Oh.
We're going to reaffirm email phone votes for the record. To my knowledge, we did not have any. Is that
Correct, there's.
moving on the agenda? Board of Directors referral.
I don't know what you guys want to do. You want to do it open or closed?
Open, I can't think of,
Neither.
maybe I can't think of why it would need to be closed.
All right.
That's fine.
You want to present it?
Yes, we'll have Ryan Legal
Yeah.
present that, please.
I grabbed one. I got one. So the Board of Directors has, as you know, we're geared to have the Board of Directors vote on constitutional reform and sending eventually a constitution to the EIA for secretarial election on amendments to the Sioux Tribe Constitution. Part of that ongoing effort is the Board of Directors has to put out a survey to the members on the three types of government. Basically, a one-branch government aren't government structure, a two-branch separated government, it would be the legislative branch, and a judicial or three-branch separation is the one where it's executive branch, a legislative branch, and judicial branch. Along with that will be a legal memo that gives some, not all-inclusive, pros and cons to each form of government. And then the survey will be worded in a way that says, basically, do you want to vote for something the same, a two-branch government or a three-branch government? They want to survey, they want to send it out potentially through election commission's process for our elections, get as much feedback as they can and see what, quote, the will of the voters might be based on the kind of mini election. And so asking you to come speak with you all on how maybe we could use our election process to send out paper ballots basically of this survey and have a tabulation, almost like a small mini election. I was talking with Josh Elliott, our elections attorney, and we thought so it may also be an opportunity to test out the new hardware and software that the board approved based on the commissions to give the commission a kind of test run on how this software works in real time in practice. So that's what we're here to talk about today. I'm hoping I can nail the commission down on recommendations that they think through our says that this is a viable option to take, whether you would recommend doing this survey through our election process under hopefully our new hardware if it's up and running in time, and then nail down some tentative timelines for kind of any election would look like, so we present to the board those options on September 23rd workshop. So I'll pause if there's something from something that I forgot, or if there's questions on that. Yes.
I'll add some insight to kind of having conversations with Clear Ballot on if their software can be delivered in time to run any type of survey through new software. So we met them at the beginning of September, and they were estimating equipment and software delivered. Big training staff the last week, which means for the first week, we are on track to have those within the next 2 weeks. And once we have it, we'd be able to design ballots, kind of incorporate any information we wanted to design a ballot. So for a survey, for example, we could set it up so all the ballots are the same, but we are able to code the ballots by unit, so we can get of how each unit voted for which branch of government they want. And Clear Ballot only had one request from the tribe for any of count night, and it was that the count happened after the federal elections, which is the first Tuesday of November. So the potential dates for them were Thursday, November, or Friday, November 14th. So it is a week after the general election, after the national elections, and it is done before rifle deer season opens on here in Michigan.
You gotta be kidding me. I can imagine you brought that up too, but that's all right.
Are they wanting to be present when we do that first tabulation of the data?
Yes, they would be present for that tabulation to help work out any kinks in the new system and help any training our staff on how to run the printers and the softwares.
No matter what, we do that. Use old equipment if you have to.
If we have to, we can use the old, and if that other stuff isn't up and running yet, we'll still be able to put out a ballot for that.
Yes, we would be able to use the old equipment or the equipment with the delivery line Clear Ballot proposed.
13th, 14th of October?
November.
In discussion with Clear Ballot there, we gave Reed 4-week timeline for to go and mail back in. That's where the discussion was, and kind of put it in between federal election and deer season.
To add one more, under our contract with Clear Ballot, they are contractually obligated to help be here for one tabulation exercise to the commission. Do they want to use it for survey and have their ballot on site, or wait until the primary election next election season to have their ballot on site?
I think we should wait for the primary election because it's so important.
With this survey going out, we need to do a budget mod from last conversation budget to incorporate additional funding for mailings and that's in paper and printing and everything.
That's going to be expensive.
It's going to cost at least the same amount as running through the mail, the printing ballots. As we
Yes.
go with the national office, it'll cost. It will less, certainly. It will cost at least the same, if not a little more, based on any price increase things. I think, and Josh can correct me if I'm wrong, I think we're going to have to do color code ballots for this when you could do one, white ballots, and the software for using this allows you to have a magnet for indicating like different units, right? So you wouldn't have to pay for that cost of having yellow, magenta, blah, 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 colored ballots. For this one, you could just, if you so want to do that for the general, for the survey, you could just have one ballot, make things simple, and then it's based on barcode unit that people are voting in.
But really, should that be on the election, not the board of directors?
Budget? I think this budget should be run through the board's budget, and I have no idea what that looks like. But discussion on the 23rd, and I agree with what Tish just said. I think we present approximate costs and let them know this should come out of the board-driven survey, be administered through the commission, but not election commission elections. The board of directors budget should be the budget that's covering the costs ultimately. And if I could give my 2 cents to the commission, and I know your attorney, you got a very cool attorney here, but I would urge you guys to think about letting, if you're going to run this election, in quotes, I would recommend giving some thought to having Clear Ballot here for that. If you guys run it, it's going to be during an election. The ballot will look the difference. It's people's names. The process will run the same as running an election, and having them here to get things out now, and then learning software now, and then letting the tribe volunteers, staff, and commission run the primary and general election under our sovereignty. That's what I would strongly consider, not having that third vendor support next year. If we can do it now and get things out now, and it just shows our capability as a sovereign nation to run our elections. that is my 2 cents what they are worth.
Honestly, if anything's happened or any issue, have it on that, then during primary.
We have a support contract.
But our support contract only gets them on site once.
I know, but
And then-
you can almost do any, I worked this for years. You can do anything over the phone as long as they're good.
Right, but I meant King's, like, communicating with their system, putting it on screen, running it, like, all the, I'd rather see us work it out now than later.
That's what I mean, in case,
But if anything goes wrong with this, then yeah, just, there's a phone call.
yeah, and I'm sure our IT guys will be good about that.
I have to agree with Tisha that it's a training opportunity for us.
Yeah, we won't be under so much.
You guys keep saying, this is IT equipment, right?
No, it's equipment that IT
Do
runs.
any of us have the ability to equipment like that and do it? I mean,
That's the training.
Then train.
well, I understand, one-time training, that's a lot of equipment, a lot of,
Well, we've changed it.
Yeah, so part of the contract with Clear Ballot, we did modify it. Instead of printers, they are going to supply us with one large printer, and under that large printer, we'll be able to scan 130 pages per minute. So that will outpace the current speed of the printers we have now and what the 2 small printers combined would have been able to scan. So roughly, I think it was like an hour and a half to scan all ballots if you had the same number of ballots submitted that were submitted that election.
okay.
I don't think, oh, never mind.
I believe IT or MS was an agreement decision to go with that because they always ran two as a back. The one breaks down, the guarantee of this one printer, and it's a bit to paper scan technically. That's the best option to reduce time and have overall.
And part of, correct me if I'm wrong, part of, I believe, your community recommendation to the board to get this is because once you're trained on it, like, this is very user-friendly. And so the long-term goal, the short and long-term goal is you get software where it's very easy, especially compared to our current way of making ballots. It's very easy for people to learn because we need, as a sovereign nation, we need our commission to be able to use the software and run the elections. That is what the body is to do. And this is going to give you that ability and that confidence to be able to run it without having to have this intricate knowledge of IT background, right? This is, it has a very UI, and that was part of the pitch you guys made to the board, and what I think helped in part sell it to the board, because they want this commission to be able to run from start to finish without having to rely so much on staff and volunteers, and this software will get you guys there. So.
All right. We just accept for their visit being the first tabulation.
No, we already have that. We don't need to put on that.
We're just going to use the first.
We find, I guess, legal need direction if we can, will, able to do so, I guess, for the survey, that we're willing and able to do.
Sounds from some discussion, we're all in agreement to utilize them for survey on tabulation so we can work out kinks
Okay.
prior to the main election.
Fine. Either way, that's good for me.
And I'm a better learner on hands-on and
Oh,
doing
yeah,
it.
it's a lot easier when your hands on.
They can give us all the information, but if we don't see it in motion,
doesn't
I don't
make
know what's
sense.
going to, yeah,
Mention and bring that to a vote to show that we're, all in agreement.
to do the survey?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
All right, is there a motion on floor to utilize Clear Ballot for tabulation of the survey results on current method of the tribe, to form government or government?
Yeah, I'm most,
Constitution reform.
Constitution reform. Got a motion by Phil. Is there a second? A second by Ernie. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Abstain? Motion carries.
I
to
got
utilize-
a question for you, because I wasn't sure. The workshop, what's the workshop on the 23rd? That one to bring in the equipment?
The workshop on the 23rd is to discuss with the board of directors what your response was to the referral to carry out this survey and kind of propose a timeline to them and figure out kind of the costs and all that to discuss kind of expectations with how this survey would be conducted.
Okay.
And once we do not have a time yet on the 23rd, but once we have a time in the board office, I will share that on the Zoom link with the whole commission to be able to attend.
Is that workshop with the,
Yes.
okay, so the board, will be with the board on it.
On the 20,
And what was the dateline for our equipment coming?
It would be either next week or the following week.
next week, we said.
So currently, this is what I'm thinking about, like, after the board meeting will happen, but looking at mailing the week of the October 15th through the 16th,
Do they?
yeah, to have this and ready to mail that week,
October 15th to the 16th.
somewhere in the week of the 13th to the 17th. And then we'd open, we get 13th, right, Josh?
The 13th or 14th.
Number 13th or 14th.
And part of that is going to be figuring out who we are having print and off the ballots and getting a timeline from them on how much time they would need.
I was gonna add, Josh, in regards to the printing stuff, mailing of that.
So the mailing's gonna be 15 to 16,
Tentatively, this is.
Yeah,
this is
somewhere around there.
and then 13th and 14th is when we're gonna open them?
Somewhere in there, yeah.
Okay, just wanna make sure. I have
That's okay.
Hold on. What did you just say?
The
November.
13th and the 14th of
Of
November.
November.
Just have time to get the equipment, get with the printer,
Okay.
stuffer, have it designed and everything, then we can look at that.
Okay,
But hopefully by the 23rd, we should have a little bit more estimate of the printer.
Yeah, I will reach out to them with Mike on the email and look at letting them know how many ballots we are expecting to be mailed, and letting them know there'll be an additional, I don't know how long this pros and cons list is going to be attached to the ballots, to give them an estimate on how many pages per envelope and how much it would cost and how much they would.
this might help take care of some of the bad addresses and stuff too.
Well, a lot of those got cleaned up between COVID and last year's elections. Hopefully it's minimal. I'm hoping maybe the commission also talked today about ideas, maybe QR code or some other way of, it's not to print the pro-con list. Maybe there's some other way we can refer them in the ballot to our website and have it like pinned the top of the website or the Facebook page so it has it online. That might minimize your, not that maybe is a concern of the commission or the board. And we can maybe price it out both ways. See, I don't remember how long my con list
You're
was,
gonna get that elder,
but it was like 5 pages probably, I
Link.
think. So you could maybe minimize cost by not having to print the whole pro-con memo and then have some kind of link or pure QR code that people get. My goal, this is not the commission, don't worry about this, as we're going forward, I'm going to have periodically like outreach on our web and Facebook, like, hey, everyone, remember, this is on October 15th, look up this in the mail, here again, the legal department's pro-con list, do your own research, but here's what legal department's flagged. You know, here's some resources made, but you can do your research in different forms of government, and just like keep blasting to our social medias, outreach on from the legal department. Hey, it's coming. So people are not like, as they cannot be, not surprised it's coming. They're also going to run a little notice in the newspaper when they print the annual report. That's going to go out to all members. So they'll have on the front page, I haven't seen what it looks like yet, they'll have on the front page a little notice that the board of directors is doing this survey and to look at this and maybe if we have time we can say, we don't have to say dates, but look out for this in October if we're pretty confident it will happen in October. Or right now, we'll just say, look out for this in the coming months. You're going to get a survey in the mail from the board of directors. So they're outside of the commission's job. We'll be doing our own tribal outreach to try to make people aware this is coming in their mail and to please return it promptly.
And we can hit both the October and November paper.
Yeah.
You can also put it on the Facebook pages for the tribe too.
Yeah, and I'll ask them to have it pinned.
What other things can we do for the elders?
I'd like to be, if possible, to reach out to every single one of our elders' community buildings.
Yeah.
If they have communication boards,
Yeah, we do.
dinner menus, lunch menus. From the meeting that we had in Hessel in regards to the chapter review, it was brought to my attention that had individuals been there for their lunch, saw it on their menu, that there was an additional meeting with the election commission, they probably would have stayed or had questions ready to ask. But for the lack of better statement, they didn't know about it. So any way that we can communicate that through the elders, any additional elders Facebook groups, anything like that we can create that QR code that might list those pros and cons. I know it's technology. A lot of our elders might not have those smartphones that can scan a QR code, but any means possible to get that word out to them through every various avenue we have to take. We need to travel it and see.
How about when we go to our elder, you said you didn't want to print them out though, right?
I was thinking not to print them out for the ballot, to mail with the ballot.
No.
But we can print out copies to have on bulletin boards or hand out at elders meetings.
Exactly.
We
When
can
we go to our elder
we can have
meetings,
copies
we can hand them
available.
out.
I just thought to minimize how much, not only cost, but how much papers, like if I open up a ballot and it has like 10 pages of stuff.
Yeah.
I might not read that stuff, right? And so there might be better avenues that we can target, get people the information without blasting them with a bunch of paperwork in a giant, ballot envelope,
okay.
right? So-
They got a full-page ad in the paper.
Well, we can put it on the bulletin board or
Well, we can bring it to our meetings. when
Yeah.
we go too.
we used to have a person that came, but she quit, Stacy. That,
Huh?
Stacy just quit. Again. But I mean, that'd be the perfect person to make sure it got put on the table. Yeah, because they're gonna have questions.
Well, if I can get copies of them, I'll bring them to the next Elder Advisory Board.
The part of what I'll have to also.
And they can hand them out to all their people.
Yeah, that would be a good idea.
Part of what I need ready for the 23rd from my end is, there was some feedback from the board, and so I need to have a couple options of what the survey will look like. So they'll have to nail down at that workshop what their exact language for the survey will be. So I'll have my final version of the pro-con
Yep.
memo with some tweaks the board of directors requested, as well as 2 options of a survey. I have a preference, but there was talk about adding a couple other questions maybe to the survey, and I'll have to present that on the 23rd, which I think, that's a discussion I'll have as general counsel with, and I'll talk to the board about keeping it as simple as possible, because we don't want to confuse the issue by having a bunch of questions that maybe are not, we want to stick to the most relevant, straightforward questions to get the best data that we can. And if we have too many questions, or they're too intertwined or too muddled, we're going to get bad data, and it's not going to help us. It's not going to, it's going to help you as a test run, but it's not going to help the tribe in figuring out what the membership wants. So we got to keep it very simple and straightforward. But that's my job, to convince my client of that. Right.
Yeah, just make it in common sense, so the average person knows what you're talking about.
Unit 4 and 5 is starting up a newsletter for the elders, so they're not,
Yeah, I saw something about that.
Yeah.
We can loop in Katie Peabody, and she can help out ways to reach the elders right through her role too.
Right, and I think any cultural coordinator from any of the units that have been in place when we started going with individual unit cultural coordinators, reach out to them as well. They might have methods of getting information out to our members as well.
Yeah, they surprisingly come to us. I don't, myself, do they come to you now and ask you questions about?
Well, most of the people that come are the Elder Advisory
Yeah.
Board, because every unit is there. So they're the ones that ask, and I say, bring it back to your people. If you have questions, you got to ask them and bring it back to me.
When is your elder advisory October meeting?
This Friday or
Let's see, hold on.
next Friday?
October.
Binoculars on. Calendar.
Oh, they think we know.
Elder Advisory is on the 26th of this month,
No, of October, I'm sorry.
of October.
That'll actually be perfect.
The
So I can give it,
17th.
Katie goes to those, right?
Say again?
Katie's
Oh,
always
yeah.
at
We
that.
can get it to Katie and have her
Yeah.
bring it out.
Yep,
That
What
works.
did you say,
good.
the
You
26th?
mean the copies of them, right?
Yeah,
Okay, good.
we'll have it all finalized by
And
then.
you're gonna give it to Katie?
Yeah, that'd be the best way, is give it to Katie.
That's, okay, because we lost Stacy, so,
No, I meant to go to the elder advisory, and that way they can take it and distribute it.
Yep,
yeah.
that'll work.
Any more discussion on the topic of the referral from the board of directors?
I don't think so.
All righty, we got work cut out for us there. Kind of,
Sounds like it.
Yeah, and it's a good test running.
yeah, I agree. We done got the kinks, or the kinks, get familiar with the program, creating ballots. And I think, obviously, we can't submit samples until we have the program, see what we can create, right? Okay.
Who's good at computers?
Fred? No, I'm just kidding. I'll do one question for the commission. Do you all have a preference? It's fine if you don't. On when presenting to the board, whether you want to present alternatives for getting my memo out or printing the memo with your ballots, do you all have today a preference one way or the other? What's
I
better?
preference all alternatives,
Okay.
Yeah,
as many as
Excuse me,
possible.
we just say,
as long as it's not like a 9-page memo, or like you
To
said.
do alternatives to get the memo out, the paper, the
It's like 5
Facebook.
to 7 pages. I can't remember exactly. It's not short, but it's
Cut
not
down the
super
cost in the
long.
mailing. Because what was the last chairman election? How many ballots?
Total like 35,000 and some change.
wow.
And it will be more because we've had open enrollment since February. And I'm not sure whether, I'm going to email Fred and our RI, I'm going to see Josh and Mike, I'll CC you both on it. I'm going to ask them today, what is our current numbers looking like? Have them break it down for you guys, unit total ID so we can get an idea of how many ballots that, how many surveys we're sending out, and then we can get them into national office, and they can give us a better idea of how much it would cost.
Right.
So that could be ready by 23rd as well.
Okay.
Tish, you're good at computers?
No, not at all. I'm talking about, yes.
What do
Okay.
you want?
Well, we need one person. One person that's halfway decent with computers, all right? They'll be the head when they bring the over. If we all start trying to do that, we can get anywhere. I know I'm not very good at them.
Along with IT will be the backup trained.
Yeah. But we'll come and we'll
have two or
bang
three
your
of those
brain out
guys.
there. And
Oh, yeah, and you got Josh Elliott. Don't worry about Josh Elliott.
Okay. This is gonna happen pretty quick, all that.
Yeah.
We don't have time to go through it now, you know? Most of it muddle through it until we get used to it.
It's what all the preparation for coming
Yeah.
up to these final moments.
Oh, yeah.
Guys.
You guys,
Yep.
I don't know, we gotta know that, so like, if you need help or,
Yeah.
we're available.
No, well, we're just not 100% sure. We're just trying to get like, I don't want to say vibes, but
No, feelers.
feelers out, so.
What about our two other people, or they,
So those, I got steal, but they're posted.
does anybody know if any interest?
Me.
They're all posted, but the 7.
So we're looking for at least 2 more, but we want 9, right?
No, only
7.
get
Seven.
Get 7.
The board.
Y'all,
It needs-
if you guys, whoever still wants to be on needs to renew all those sooner than later. So
All right.
Get all paper.
it's basically starting all over again, how we're kind of viewing it. Josh?
Yeah, 57, we were just going to reset all of the term limits to do a staggered term, so we have 4 that are 5-year terms and 3 that are 3-year terms, and one of those are survey will move to every 4 years, and the vacancies will come up on off years of election cycles.
Can we specify if we want?
You need to specify when you do
On the
it.
letter of intent, specify what you want, 5 years or the 3 years. Yeah,
Hopefully it'll be on years,
yeah.
if we live in our wheelchairs.
All righty. We're going to move on the agenda to the third ballot update.
Which I think we already did.
I think we covered everything that I had from the commission
Okay.
on.
Yeah. All righty. Moving along, number 8 on the agenda, we're going to move to closed session. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I guess there's something for closed session.
I have one item, but we can discuss in open.
Okay.
So it was something that came up in conversation earlier today, and wanted to see the commission's idea and opinion on looking to discuss with the board next week, amending Chapter 82 of the Appeals Code to make it so all election-related appeals are broadcast or published online for membership to view those hearings. That way, it will create an extra layer of transparency on the whole election cycle. And in addition to that, if we this survey leading to a possible 2 or 3 branch government, that would have the court being elected officials, and it would give membership an ability to gauge the ability and performance of our judges in the anticipation of any possible election that we are approaching in the future.
That include hearings, did you say, Josh? I'm sorry.
It would any appeal hearings based on election.
For the court?
Yeah.
Okay. I have no problem with that.
So
Doesn't it leak everything?
I would say as long as the person was accused of appealing, was okay with it being on Zoom or whatever.
however amended, they would automatically know that that's part of that process, and there would be, that would be how it is. If it's amended, you Zoom it as transparency to the members.
And to add some more, under the amended code, we already have it set up, so any election campaigning related complaints, the commission determine if it's frivolous and dismiss or set it for a hearing. So there would be a full hearing on the complaint that would be broadcast. Remember, this would be just looking to add to the code that any appeals related to those complaints that could come from the decision the commission makes in the hearing are also broadcast to membership, so they can track any complaint throughout the whole process.
Are they the frivolous ones or not?
No.
There's a way of weeding out the frivolous ones.
We have a formal hearing, it's broadcast, and and if the party appeals that, the commission, it's up to the appellate court to be broadcast.
Right, the other ones, no.
If we deem frivolous, we don't do a hearing, don't need to have a hearing.
So my question would be, on the onset receiving a complaint and not being set up to discuss this, is that broadcast? Or is it only broadcast at that point we determine if it is a legitimate claim that needs to be kept?
So you guys discuss, the complaint is filed in open session unless you move to closed session to discuss the complaint and the allegations in that complaint. Then you have to come back into open session to make any decision on if you think it is a frivolous complaint to be dismissed, or if it's a valid complaint and you should proceed with a hearing.
Okay. And this was chapter 82?
Chapter 82, which is specific to having all election appeals in the Court of Appeals be broadcast or published for membership review. All of your hearings you have in this one are governed by Chapter 10. And your hearing procedures were adopted in 2024. And we can looking at those procedures and the revisions are needed prior to the election cycle beginning.
You need an answer on that today, Joe?
We don't need to, I just wanted to float the idea to kind of get our minds and we can see if the board is also interested in doing that and maybe some input from the court.
I have no objections.
Objections to it. I think more transparent are with our processes in ways that we, the more that the members will be informed.
Is there anybody?
But it's not here. But there might be people too that just are not on Zoom.
We get sued, didn't we?
Not,
He's looking it up. Give him a minute.
Any would technically be a suit involving the election commission.
Yes.
I think she's worried personally, Chuck.
Yeah, that's what I.
We don't have to worry about any liability for any
No.
decision you make as a member of the election commission.
So only go to the appellate court, broadcast it.
Yeah.
All the rest of them, we take.
You take care of them every broadcast as your meetings
Yes,
are
yes,
broadcasted.
yes.
This is just looking to make it so in code that the appeals are required to be broadcast
Yeah,
as well.
that's fine. I'm game.
Yeah, before equals the meetings, I think, when we had it last time.
All right, any discussion on that update, Josh?
I want to read this.
Moving along, we're into the proposed Chapter 10 revisions review.
I'm keeping this on as an agenda item. I don't know if they want to or not or start. The newest updated after priority changes. That's what was in the packet.
The priority changes were approved based on previous.
Yes.
And one I might discuss with you too that may require action from the commission is referring to the communication to write a article in the newspaper discussing the changes to Chapter 10 that approved. So membership is aware of the changed election calendar that will be coming up here in no time.
At what point do we want to finalize with what the election commission, over the course of that time, was wanting to change, finalize on all the other changes? Or when you provide to the board the changes?
Not until after the election, 6th July.
I would agree with Tisha being there with how close we are to the beginning here on the first Wednesday of January. There's probably not enough time to work multiple times any other revisions to Chapter 10, so it's an item for any other changes to begin the process of amending after the next clinic.
All right, moving along.
So I don't know, do you want to start this now or do we want to pull it? Because we got quite, because we're probably going to have to discuss sanction schedules next few months, also, any changes that we want to do, complaint and all that. So do we want, I'm asking for differences if the commission wants to put this on for now or
It's
not.
going to happen, we probably could.
I just want to myself take it off if nobody's wants to look at it.
Basically, like motioning to want to table the
Yeah.
2026 election.
Okay. I motion to after 2026 election.
I second.
Okay, there's a motion on the floor from Letitia to table the Chapter 10 ordinance revisions until after election 26. We have a second by Phil. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Abstain? Motion carries.
Also, now I have two members tonight.
I like that. I agree. All righty. Moving along, we'll look at accounts for October's committee meeting.
We might act next one.
Oh, nice.
Let me ask you guys something before we pick dates. Is it possible, especially, with all that's going on, if we can move back and forth, sit on here all day? That's a long drive, especially if I start sending the letter up and by here 2 times a month. Is that possible to do that?
I have to, it's available.
You got someone now?
No, we don't.
You don't?
No.
No,
I thought we had it when we went over.
No, we didn't. Manistee did. No, nothing about
they're
it.
a real pain in the asshole, he's a real.
What's that, Manzi?
But we have out. We could.
I thought you could do that anywhere with that machine you had.
Oh, you do. I can, but I gotta have the internet. And I don't really have that enough. That's what we don't have. And I heard the sound is terrible in that building.
Uh-huh.
But absolutely, we can discuss that.
Yeah.
Lumens.
Oh, yeah, we got internet like you need. Well, think of that. We don't have to do it right now, but.
Like
that's the-
cocktail is some of those happier because what we're doing. But not that we can. So,
Yeah, some of the meetings that we could do, maybe we can.
Yeah.
It's the election, when election site comes up, we're up here a lot. Thank you.
yeah, no problem. He's gonna drive me, Josh.
Bernie, you didn't.
No.
I'm kind of leaving on you, Michael. What were you looking for you for the next schedule?
I don't avoid any Monday or Tuesday board is correct. So,
The board is just Tuesdays.
Yeah, we could.
And I'll shoot Monday, the 13th is a travel holiday, so all government offices closed.
I'm on the wrong one.
my availability is, available the 8th to 9th, which is Monday. I'm available Tuesday the 14th. Friday the 17th. 2nd, 23rd, I'm available. 27th, 28th, I'm available.
23rd.
I'm not available 27th.
23rd, how's the 23rd?
Thursday.
Thursday. Good for me.
That's good for me.
Okay. Legal, okay.
Guess the third week, I mean,
Legal, they're never busy.
I'm already anticipating for
1 o'clock meeting or 1:00?
How,
House meeting, 1,000.
how'd you like the 1,000 meeting?
I-
You didn't like the 1 o'clock?
You know, when you get older, you get sidetracked. That's what. And I was sitting here drinking. They said, "Man, it's 5 to 11. Heck, it's empty." I had to get back on the phone and look at the. I said, "Why not?"
1,000.
That's all right.
I said 1,000 and I thought something.
Well, they got everybody.
Then I said.
I don't care.
Go like Zoom, see when Zoom is going to open up. So, okay, that makes sense.
1 o'clock, fine.
Yeah.
I would like to have it the same all the time if we can.
Can you just
Change it to 1 o'clock, keep 1 o'clock all
Okay.
the time, and then we just do.
Because people that want to be listening, if they want to be on at least the same thing all.
But our start will be like,
So why not?
Zoom, you don't have, if you guys choose Zoom, you just speak to user.
1 o'clock PM.
All right.
Thursday, I wrote
I'm
it
here, I'm flexible.
at 1.
I just when I get up in the morning, I definitely see what I did. 'Cause I thought it was that today.
I'm retired. I don't have much stuff on calendar.
I tell you, I stand being on Zoom, so, especially when we never get anything out of it. Yeah, I can get stuff when I'm white, but goes here, out there when I don't.
Like the board meetings, I was like, swear.
That closes the meeting. I move to adjourn.
I'll move to here.
I move second.
Hold on. Okay, I'll second.
Bill, second. All in favor? Opposed?
That was